All right. So, wanted to record to showcase what I was talking about in that comment. In this game, I'm going against an Aatrox. It was actually a troll pick because the draft was so terrible. I said, fuck it, let me just have some fun. But it was ended up actually being a really good game for me. At the end of the game, I go 25-5. And it's a good display of what I was talking about, like the playstyle, the build, etc. Right? So if you'll notice, I'm only last hitting the minions, forcing Aatrox to be out of position. So much so that I got an Electrocute proc off on him, and now he's forced to recall because he was half health. And rightfully so, he knew that if I landed another one, ignited, he would probably die before he could do anything about it. So yeah, freezing the wave because I don't want to be out of position. I don't want to be too far into the lane with a Viego lurking around, because Viego can beat me level 1. And so can Aatrox, frankly speaking. So yeah, you see I'm baiting out his cooldowns, trying to see if he, third one, he didn't even try to advance on me. So yeah, now I can freely poke him, and he can't respond, because he could dash in, but I don't know what he's doing. And anyway, now I've chunked away about 30% of his health, a little over 25, forcing him to recall again. Losing prio, losing waves. He's crashing the waves, so that makes it easier for me to farm. And it gives me better advantage as far as freezing the wave is concerned. The reason you want to freeze the wave, again, is because Aatrox can kill you, and so can Viego. And so you don't want to be too far in the lane. You don't want to be pushing into tower where you're all the way over here, and then Viego comes out from there, and then you're just dead, right? So you got to last hit the minions. I don't recommend going Teemo top, but this game was kind of the rare exception. So he's blowing his cooldowns on the minions. There goes Viego. I have to pop Invis here in order to get away. But it's fine because I have level 5. I got the Scorpion, and the wave is crashing into his tower. And look at that. He didn't leave, and he should have left. The heal is nice, but he should have left because he doesn't have his ult yet. And then boom, I flash in, get my Electrocute proc off. Saw that big burst at the end. That's the Electrocute proc. And the sudden impact, I think, procs off the flash as well, so I had big damage there, and I was able to get first blood off that. Here comes Viego to try to punish again. I get away. I invis, I drop a mushroom. He sees the mushroom. He knows he can't keep chasing me unless he wants to take an off angle, at which point he's still not going to catch me. I use E and W for the invis and the movement speed. So here I'm resetting, and I don't know if you were watching in the corner there, you can see what I bought. I just bought mana boots, which is going to significantly increase my damage, as well as Oblivion Orb, which is the anti-heal orb I was talking about, as my very first item before Leandry's, because Aatrox's whole thing is, regenerating his entire health bar off of his combo. You see that? He dashed in. This Aatrox is pretty bad, to be fair. If this Aatrox was good, one, he would have bought magic resist boots, but instead he ended up actually buying lethality boots, which is dumb because I'm not a tank. I'm not building armor. But yeah, I have Oblivion Orb because his whole thing is regenerating health from basically nothing by landing that ability, the three strikes. I don't know if I don't play Aatrox. I play against him enough to have a working understanding of how the kit works. Anyway, yeah, got him low. Once again, forced him to recall because he knows if he stays, especially since he fucked up and didn't buy magic resist boots, I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna flash. I'm gonna just casually walk up to him and melt his entire health bar the way I just did. And if he tries to trade with me, there's a higher chance than not that he's gonna die because I can always evade his abilities with W. So now I'm crashing wave in the tower because I 100% have prio. I mean, I think at this point I'm up on farm by like a lot. So he can't really contest. He just has to try to defend. He did manage to land one thing, but you'll notice, look at that. Because I have the anti-heal orb, he's not gaining enough health to sustain himself against my burst. And again, I have to stress, Teemo does not beat Aatrox. I should not be destroying this dude's health. Viego's, I think I die here. Yeah, so I made a mistake here. So I had the hex tech thing that like shrinks your size and speed, and I pressed that before invis, and I didn't know this until this moment. But and it popped me out of invis when that activated. So I kind of screwed up. I should have picked one or the other there. If I had just done invis, I would have lived that. But yeah, I screwed up there, so I died for it. This Viego is the carry this game. He ended up going 20. I had 20 kills. He had 21 kills. And the Ashe is doing really well because this Kai'Sa is awful. Just awful. Anyway, so back to lane. I use Invis to approach because he's under tower and he can't contest. And now he's forced to flash. And I'm just going to burst him down. I'm just going to poke him down because he's so low. It doesn't matter. I have range. I got his health too low while he was still under tower and he couldn't respond. And had he hit me under tower, he would have died even quicker. So all in all, just like, yeah, I'm shitting on this dude because of simple mistakes that he's making in his build. And also, I don't know, I just feel like this dude is one of the few top laners in Wild Rift who's actually scared of Teemo. Most top laners see Teemo and they're like, hell yeah, free farm, because it is almost a guaranteed win every time Teemo is in the lane. But yeah, so now I've got Scorpion. I'm pushing tower. Aatrox kind of with his tail between his legs is rotating to try to offer value elsewhere. I'm guessing he told Veigar to go in the lane or contest me. I messed up with this mushroom. I was trying to place it in the path of the minions, but they stopped short of it. So, but it's good to place mushrooms there sometimes, just again for wave management. So if you're like under tower and you got, you know, big wave coming, just pop a mushroom where they're gonna walk, and the AOE will take most of them out. So you can just keep pushing under turret and your minions aren't dying. So I invis here. Because my thought is, why the fuck are you in my lane, Veigar? I'm going to kill you now. So what I just did there, if you couldn't see it, is he went into stasis. So because he's in stasis and he can't move, I put a mushroom at his feet so that when he comes out of stasis, it automatically explodes. The timing on this isn't like super tight, and I ignited and he died. The timing on this isn't like super tight, but if you do it too late, because the mushroom won't explode because it like takes a second or a second and a half, I don't know how long, to actually like settle in and be ready to be activated. And you'll see that later in the game. The last kill I get, I tried to do it with Viego, but I placed it too late. I still ended up getting the kill. So yeah, Veigar, who also didn't have flash. We had ignite and exhaust, which is really dumb. I don't know what his thought there was, because it's not like we have the most mobile team. But yeah, he got punished for coming into my lane, and I think at this point I was like 3k ahead in farm on him, so I don't know how many stacks he got, certainly not enough to kill him. Alright, so I'm starting to rotate here because I see my bot lane is kind of getting rolled over by the Viego and the Ashe, just punishing this guy's off for being really bad. And so I rotate. Not so much because I want to help my bot lane. I don't care about bot. I don't care about bot. But because yeah, Veigar kill. It's not even like worth narrating the kills, honestly, because they start getting like really easy. But yeah, Veigar screwed up. He blew his root too early. Anyway, so I'm trying to rotate bot because Ashe, I think at this point, either has a legendary or she's coming up on it, which means she's got a fat bounty. And I want that bounty. Right? At this point, I think I'm like 6 kills, 7 kills in. I think I'm at like 6 kills, yeah. Because I died after 2 kills, and then I had 4 kills. Anyway, yeah, I want the Ashe, because Ashe is super, I mean, ADCs in general are easy, but Ashe especially is dog shit easy for people. Here, I got punished. The Viego set up a good gank, and I fucked up and used Invis where I meant to use Mushroom. I fat fingered it. Had I used Mushroom, I probably still would have died, but I would have gotten his health a little lower. But yeah, I couldn't contest Viego this early because he, rightfully, or smartly so, rushed Mercury Treads and Also, this Gwen was just inting the whole game. It was pretty crazy. She like really wanted to kill that Veigar, and I didn't really understand why, because he was like 1-5 by like the 5-minute mark. But whatever the case, Viego built Mercury Treads and Wit's End as his second item, so he had double magic resist, which like I'm answering by building Infinity Orb. Let me rewind it. Sorry for the background noise. I'm building Infinity Orb as my second item. I already have Leandri's. So I've got my burn, I've got my health scaling damage. Now I need Magic Pen and also the crit to pair nicely with my future guard, as I've mentioned. So yeah, you see that I didn't really do that much damage to this guy. I got an anti-heal proc on him, so he couldn't really keep contesting with my teammates rotated to him. But yeah, he's got decent magic resist for early game right now. It's not going to matter late game, but for now it does. So I can't really kill him. I just kind of have to put pressure on him to get him to blow cooldowns or start retreating and not just like steamrolling over my entire team. So I know there's a fight still going on in bot, but I need to farm. And this is true on any champion. If you get caught up in trying to respond to the aggression of the enemy team who's overly aggressive, I should have got this kill, but I didn't. I don't know how we did this. But yeah, I killed Aatrox. You know, same shit, different day, because he was low health. Yeah, I was trying not to rotate because, yeah, on any champ, if you get caught up trying to respond to the aggression of the enemy team and you're not like ahead on farm, like unless they're like being aggressive because they're stupid and bad and they're like already losing, if they're ahead on farm, you respond to their aggression, like, yeah, maybe you'll be able to turn it around, but like there's a better chance than not that like you're just gonna die. This is true on most champions. There's exceptions, but I'm not gonna go into it now. So you want to just keep farming. I mean, farming wins games, just period. You know what I mean? Killing people, fighting. I mean, you know, it's not a fucking Smash Brothers game, even though Wild Rift players like to pretend it is. Fighting and kills are fun, but at the end of the day, it's a strategy game with bursts of action. And so if you treat it like a strategy game, i.e. farming, instead of just fighting the whole time, securing your lead, you know, it's going to pay dividends eventually. So the Ashe is finally in a position where I can kill her. Her bomb's not next to her. I know I'm going to die here, but I don't give a shit because the trade is too good for me. I made 1,000 gold off of this kill. It said 700 there because it's not, I guess the replay doesn't factor in like the bounty or the innate kill. Like her kill in general was worth 300 and then added to that was like 1,000 or something for the bounty. Because she had more than like I think 10 kills on that legendary. So yeah, here we're getting rolled a little bit because this Gwen, I think she's gonna die here again. You know, she just wastes her ult to tickled bomb shield, which is anyway, here I come though. I want to kill this Veigar. I screw up and accidentally auto-target the Raptors, so I'm not able to get the kill. Auto-targeting is nice, but shit like that can't happen. Or not, manual targeting is good, but shit like that can't. I don't get the kill, no big deal, but Gwen does follow it up. So, because she's interested in inting the entire game just to kill that Veigar, and again, I don't understand. So my Swain here is building Tank Swain. He ends up getting MVP actually, even though he got like 5 kills. Anyway, I'm here trying to contest him. I just want to get them off the Baron, ideally. So I'm chipping Aatrox down while Swain tanks. I think Swain dies here. No, I killed this Braum because the Braum had built like no magic resist at this point. I've got to fall back because I don't think I can solo kill this guy right now, Viego. Especially while he has like Swain, because I don't think Swain built magic resist, but whatever the case. Yeah, so now I've got some backup. I think I can kill him. And yeah, he's got magic resist, so he's tanking a lot. But I end up killing him just because we're both poking him down, and he can't sustain himself with heals because of that. Literally just because of the Oblivion Orb. The 900 gold anti-heal orb. Like, you know, the full anti-heal book is better because I don't know, it gives you health, and it does more grievous rinse damage, I guess. But anti-heal is anti-heal. Like, you don't, Morelicon, I think is what it's called, the anti-heal book. Its value is not damage, it's utility. And as far as utility is concerned, you get a similar, if not the same utility out of, the orb that you do the book. So yeah, this Ashe I just got Ashe to blow a lot of her cooldowns. And this Braum really wanted to kill me, and I don't think he really appreciated that he had no magic resist and I was a burst champ. And so here comes Ashe. Easy peasy. Now I'm breaking Ashe's mental. She had, I think, 10 kills before she died for the first time when I killed her. Because that Braum support was good, or at least he was better than our Kaiser. So yeah, now I'm kind of making Ashe shaking her boots a little bit, and she's making bad plays. She's out of position because she wants to keep her lead, but I'm not letting. That's the whole point of the So here I just fucking tank Viego's ult for no reason. I don't have the anti-shield yet, so I can't invalidate his Jarm assist or whatever it's called, the shield one. But I end up getting the kill because the thing with Teemo damage is like those ticks that come from like his passive basically function as like kind of like a faux lethal tempo, in that like you're doing active damage with each hit, but also while you're doing each hit, there's a residual burn from both his passive and Leandri's. So it's like you're quadrupling your damage per thing every time you shoot. So yeah, this Veigar wanted to contest. I don't know why again. He walked right into a mushroom. All I had to do was hit him with Q, because the mushroom, I guess, procs 2 at least. And then my Electrocute procced off to just the Q. And he died. I didn't need to auto him that last time, but I just wanted to make sure he died, because I generally don't like Veigar players. So yeah, Veigar's dead. Also, this commentary is a bummer. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to be helpful. But you can leave it and watch it and get a feel for yourself. But yeah. So I'm rotating top now, because now I have anti-shield, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so you see that purple number? That's the Trident doing its work. It just eliminates his shield. He built Maw, which like gives a shield against magic damage, like that, per AD damage that you do. But the Trident just hard shuts that down. And that item invalidates the fuck out of Teemo if he doesn't have Trident. If you don't have Trident, your Electrocute Brock is going to be nerfed by like 70%. So that's another reason why you really want Trident, because people will, usually at least a few people on the team, whether it's the ADC or it's like a skirmisher like Viego, Yasuo, etc., they'll build Maw to deal with you, because it's better for them to have a recurring shield from their huge damage than it is to just build like magic resist. So here, I see Ashe has the Guardian Angel. I just wanted to get rid of that proc. I wanted to get rid of that cooldown because it's super long. And so now I can kill her multiple times before Guardian Angel is back up. I think I used Ignite on her there, which is dumb, but whatever. So yeah, Ashe, I think I had vision and I saw Ashe rotating bot. And so she put the ward. I put the ward there. I couldn't see her. Otherwise, just hit her with an Electrocute proc, and bam, she's dead. Now, half of their carry potential is dead. Because Veigar is useless. Braum is just a support. Aatrox is useless. Now they just have Viego and Braum to really carry. But I think Viego is dead too. Yeah. So I've just got to chill for a second. Wait for them to crowd on him. They stepped? No, they didn't step on him. Yeah, I had to let him die. I was trying to find a good position to stay out of Aatrox's ability so I could kill him, and then yeah, I finally found it. I end up dying here because like I should not be doing what I'm doing. Like I don't know what I was thinking. Trying to contest Viego with like 20% health. But, I don't know, I just wanted to. At least it distracted him long enough to where he didn't go. He would have very easily just walked over the Elder and smited it.
Shut down.
But so the whole team is dead. The only person that actually has the Elder buff now is Swain. But that's still good because Swain is about to put in some work here towards the end of the game. But at least the enemy team doesn't have Elder, and that's more important. Like Viego and Ashe with Elder would guaranteed loss. So, you know, at least there's that. So I died. I think ending my legendary. And here towards late game, I'm still an assassin. And unfortunately, because Viego and Braum and Aatrox and Ashe are all on the same team, meaning a lot of shields, a lot of anti-heal, I do end up having to sacrifice Rabidan's Death Cap for anti-heal, because I probably could have gotten away with going dive instead of anti-heal book. He's just dead now. I didn't even get my Electrocute proc off. But yeah, because there's a lot of sustain and a lot of shields from Braum, I was like, fuck it. I could have probably done fine with Rab instead of anti-heal book, but I didn't want to risk it and like fuck my team's momentum up, because we're already down a turret. And if we take chances here, I'm gonna die. So here, I place the mushroom while he's reviving, and look at that, processing his backup, allowing Elder Swain to get the kill. So here, I'm full. I think I have full item loadout by now, but I wanted the orange buff, just because that, I think true damage off of the orange buff pairs really nicely with team. So here, she's hiding behind Braum. Braum flashes out because he gets spooked and fucks Ashe over, so Ashe just falls right over. We're gonna lose this turret because this Kai'Sa is brain dead, and he's probably just staring at the minion she's killing instead of watching the map. This is a risky play, but Viego is dead, so we're gonna try to make it work, because this is probably our best chance to get Baron and secure the victory, because the game is still very losable. I think at this point Viego has full loadout as well. No line. So I prime Aatrox here, get rid of the shield before he jumps over. I stop hitting him, but I guess, you know, the residual damage burn is enough to get rid of him. I don't get this kill, but whatever the case. Still force him to retreat. He can't contest. So now they're pushing straight up mid. They don't have a Veigar because he waited too long to recall. So here I'm trying to rotate, and I make the decision that, you know what, I have enough damage to be able to contest Viego right now and at least keep him out of mid. So I'm gonna int possibly. Look at that though. Saw that his Jarm spots. Oh, here's the part I was talking about. See, I waited too long and it didn't explode. But luckily he was so low by the time he stasis that I just hit an auto while he was dashing at me, and that was enough to kill him. So I end up dying right here because I got spooked by her damage, and I had just used my QSS for Viego, so I couldn't get out of her ult. It does kill her, which is nice because she can't keep pushing, giving my Gwen enough time to come and contest her, and all the while, look at that, my team's pushing up mid because Ashe is split pushing like an idiot when she should be defending. I killed Viego, so he can't contest, so they just had to be Braum, Aatrox, and Veigar, the only ones defending, and none of them were that good. So ended up being a victory, a needlessly difficult victory, a surprising victory, but a victory nonetheless. 25-5. I did the most damage in the game at 67k. Swain ended up getting MVP just because he tanked 10k, as you can see in most team fights. Viego had more gold, but yeah. Swain won a tank loadout, which was actually a blessing because otherwise we had no AD, and Viego would have done a lot better than he already did, because he prioritized building magic resist, so Viego's Heartsteel was able to really put in some work on him. He ended up having 1,000 stacks on it. So yeah, he's got 20 assists, 10k, great Swain. Truly lives up to his name as Swain support. So that's a good example of the strategy and the build at play. If I had built Rabadans instead of the anti-heal book, I I realistically probably would have killed everybody so much easier and so much quicker. Like those times when people were able to get away with 1 health would not have happened if I had Rabadon's death cap. But again, I didn't want to risk it because, I was the only person with anti-heal on my team, which is insane to me now that I'm thinking about it. And we had a Viego, an Aatrox, and an Ashe on the enemy team, all sustained champs. So I took somewhat of an L, but it ended up working out. So anyway, if you made it this far, thanks for watching. Hopefully this has been helpful in explaining how Teemo is. I've never done something like this, so I'm pretty sure my ADD was all over the place, and I probably started points and didn't finish them. Hopefully though it's been decipherable, and it is, and you found some value in it and trying to learn how to play Teemo better and whatever else. But yeah, there are some games where Airy is better, but I don't really like that play style because like it's unreliable. Sometimes I've gotten my shit kicked in on a few champs by an Airy Teemo before, but Electrocute, generally more universal, generally I think better for Teemo filling his niche as an anti-carry, as an AP assassin who, rivals Zed. I mean, when Zed has a full build, I build fully lethality Zed. I don't do this Eclipse, all this other stupid shit people are doing. But even still, I have Zed ult like every 16 seconds, and Teemo is similar in that like you're really just waiting for the Electrocute proc to come back online and ideally have Invis ready. And with Lichbane cooldowns as well as Leandry's, I'm pretty sure, you're getting your Invis like every 15 seconds, 16 seconds, and your Electrocute is obviously going to be back up way before then. So yeah, I mean, you're an assassin off of your Q, and that's like basically unlike Zed, who has to use his full kit to get a kill. You just go Invis, Q, auto attack, W to roll out, and you just do that over and over. And as you can see, it puts in fucking work. It just destroys squishies, and once you're high enough level, you can contest tanks, So yeah, hopefully it's been helpful. Thanks for watching.